There is probably no group of people more excited about the upcoming total solar eclipse in Niagara than the local members of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. Brian Pihack is past president of the Niagara chapter. And Brian, what I said off the top, is that maybe a little bit of an understatement?
Well, yes, considering we won't see another one in our lifetimes in this country, yeah, I think it is.
Have you experienced a total solar eclipse like this, the totality?
Yes, in 2017, we drove down to Nebraska to see one, and I have to admit, even being an astronomer, it still amazed me. And if you get the chance, I would strongly recommend getting out there.
Tell me about your society, the RASC here in Niagara. What are some of the things that you do?
Well, we're quite an active society. We've got about 100 members. We put on a lot of presentations. We've done everything from wine tasting and astronomy to lectures at libraries. We do beginner group meetings the third Thursday of every month at 6 o'clock at Heartland. If you want to learn astronomy, you're welcome to come out, and it's free.
What happens at those beginner group meetings? Is it a lecture type of situation?
It's a presentation. We do PowerPoint, and I go over everything from constellations to what the sun is doing, to when the chances of seeing auroras, to even doing some pretty strange things that have to do with your mind.
You also host some viewing nights as well, looking at the clear sky, looking at the sun.
Yes, a bit of a problem getting clear skies here in Niagara, but if you go to our website, it'll tell you when we're going to try. And they're usually at Heartland, although we've done them at Fireman's Park throughout the peninsula.
Tell me about your background. You have an interesting background, a retired chiropractor, but astronomy has always been a part of your life since you were preteen.
Yes, my parents bought the first telescope when I was 12 years old, and it's been a lifelong interest ever since.
How did you get involved in the society? When did you join, and when did you become like this important? You're kind of an important member of the society.
Well, I actually joined in 1992 and ended up becoming vice president, running through all the way. Became the national representative to the group. So, yeah, it's been pretty interesting ride.
I understand you have an award of merit, and you also have an asteroid named after you. Is that because of some of the work you have done to spread the word about astronomy?
Yes, the work I did in astronomy, astrophysics. 2021, the International Astronomy Union met in France, in Paris, and after reading my bio, they unanimously voted a naming of an asteroid after me, which is kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, it's kind of neat.
Brian Pihack is out in space.
Yes, yeah, you can actually look my name up on the internet, and NASA tracks me in case I'm going to crash into the Earth.
Tell me about what your society's plans are for the day of the eclipse, April 8th.
Well, most of the members are going to do this on their own because this is a bit of a special event for an astronomer. However, there's going to be some of us at Heartland Forest. We'll be bringing telescopes and other equipment and setting up. I think they're charging, $15 to bring in your car, but you can bring in as many people as you would like. But do check with them to find out for sure. Stan, Sammy, and myself will be there. We can answer questions, but at the time of the eclipse, everybody should be just watching the sun.
Is Heartland Forest an ideal place to view this eclipse?
Well, for Canada, the only place you can see it is the Niagara Peninsula. The best line of sight is somewhere along the north shore of Lake Erie. Heartland is going to be pretty good because we can get there. It's got a nice line of sight and somewhat off the beaten path.
When we think about all those crowds that are flocking to Clifton Hill, to the Parkway, to that area to view this, Heartland Forest is a great alternative.
Yes, it's nice and quiet.
Nice.
It used to be anyways. I don't know what's going to be like that day. Forecasting like a lot of people coming in. I have some friends coming in from Calgary, from Saskatchewan, British Columbia. And again, this is the only place to see it, so they're coming.
Among those friends, are those people who are members of the Royal Society from other areas?
Yep.
And is this something that you've been speaking about nationally with the organization?
Oh yes. Again, this is a once in a lifetime, several generations actually event. So if you miss it, it's all over. And again, with the weather forecasts, we're just keeping our fingers crossed.
What do those forecasts look like right now, and how anxious are you that it might be an overcast day?
I think over the last 20 years, that week, 65% cloud cover. So
there is a little bit of risk.
Yes, a little apprehension there.
Tell me about the excitement amongst your group here in Niagara Falls.
Well, again, it's just like for most people, it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. A lot of people have bought special equipment just for this one event. And if it clouds over, well, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff for sale.
Photography is something that you and your group will be doing the day of. How do you manage taking photographs while the eclipse is, I guess, in its partial phases?
I tell people it's nice to take pictures, but if you really want to, don't, because somebody's going to have a better one posted on the internet anyways. Take the time and just watch it naked eye.
Just enjoy it.
Yes, just enjoy it. I will have 2 scopes running, but they're going to be controlled by computers. I'm going to push a button, and then I'm not even going to pay attention to them. I'm just going to watch the solar eclipse happening.
And at the totality of the eclipse, it's your opinion that it's okay to take off the solar glasses and look at it with the naked eye?
With naked eye. But you have to know when totality starts. And that's why it's good to be there with astronomers, because they know specifically when that's going to happen.
When it's safe.
And there's several videos on YouTube you can actually watch, and they'll tell you. But by the same token, if you don't know what a Bailey's bead is, you don't know what a diamond ring is, you probably won't know when totality is actually occurring.
Do the Bailey's beads disappear at totality, or is that at the peak?
Well, what Bailey's beads are is the sun peeking through the valleys of the moon. So the mountains will occlude them. The valleys will show them. So you see these nice little bright white dots all along the edge. And then that's the signal that totality is about to start. When they completely disappear and you see a faint little red ring around the outside of the sun, that's totality. That's when you can take your glasses off.
Amazing.
Yes, and you're looking at the sun without your glasses, or without any protection.
Brian, thanks for coming in today, and enjoy this big day with the people that will be there with you, as excited as you are. Thank you.
You're welcome.